The beginning of the day was just like any other day.
Normal Sunday afternoon.
Then the weather started changing. Everything looked bad, and it just kept getting worse.
Oh my gosh, what is that? It's like gray, dark cloud.
You could tell it was a tornado.
I've seen storms come in before, but it was huge.
This is a Jeff Trusty storm chaser. I have a large destructive tornado on the ground doing massive damage.
It hit, and I thought it never would quit.
It's a massive tornado doing massive destruction.
Started taking the station apart. My wife and kids, it was about 3/4 of a mile away.
The roar was deafening.
The train is going by, and it's on its way, and there was no train.
It sounded like a beast.
I started hearing all this breaking glass.
It sounded like a machine gun went around.
I really thought we would die.
Just thinking we're going to die. I mean, we weren't coming out of it.
I prayed for the Lord to protect us.
I started praying.
I feel like I was spinning down, so I was probably being picked up at that time.
Then suddenly the door was off the hinges and was falling on us.
I saw the entire front of the store lift off the ground.
The wall fell on my head and pushed my head down between my legs to the dirt.
I remember looking up and watching the roof peel off the house.
Within seconds, the house came apart. I kept trying to tell them to hold on, and I could see Zachary laying there. He didn't make it. He died. The wind was just too strong for me. It ripped my kids out of my arms. I held on to them as long as I could, but there was nothing I could do.
I was trying to be brave, but I had no idea if we were going to live through this.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Looks like a bomb went off. Looks like a combat zone.
Just looks like a war zone.
I've been enduring 3 wars, and this is worse than anything I was ever in.
It looks like something you see in an apocalypse movie.
It's just all gone.
I couldn't reach my husband. I kept texting. I called and texted and called.
He had no idea if I was sucked away or dead or alive.
Never would I thought that I'd have to share my graduation day with one of the most tragic moments that Joplin's seen, probably the worst couple of days of my life.
Your life can be great one second and be rubble the next, and lose people that are really close to you.
I'm not going to be able to get that image out of my head of all those people just laying there.
Walking over bodies, you know, not even realizing it.
I just want to pick him up and hold him and tell him I love him one last time. I know if he's not here, his body's just there, but his soul's somewhere else.
They found him in the rubble of his house with his dad and his mom, and it was pretty hard.
I'm emotionally and physically drained, but I have to keep going.
Claire!
Anybody in there?
Those big heavy slabs of concrete that were the walls of the Home Depot have fallen down onto the concrete floors.
My father went to let them in, and when the tornado struck the building and killed all 4 of them.
I broke my ribs holding the wall to keep it off his head. I had nails in my back. I was holding the roof up to get everybody else out.
But he dove on top of her and protected her, and he lost his life.
He basically carried me holding my shorts and my arm over all that debris. Felt like I could pick up anything and help anybody.
I remember a hand touching me on my left shoulder, and a voice told me, everything's going to be okay.
I never did get scared. I think the Lord just gave me a peace about it.
We're grateful to be alive, for sure.
We're thankful to be alive, and I'm not complaining about anything. We're just glad we're alive.
It's a natural disaster here, but it's not a spiritual disaster. It's really a spiritually uplifting experience to see all these people come out.
The most important thing is you have faith and courage to go on. Because if you have that faith and courage to move forward, then everybody else will come with you. And then the future is bright again.
God has his hand on people, and he had his hand on Joplin.